Hey, what's going on guys? I hope you're all having a really great day, and today I've got a little bit of a different video for you all. Basically, today I'm just going to be going through any recent NBA news, just updating you all on it, and then giving my own opinion on it. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Just last night it was announced that the NBA season will be restarting on December the 22nd, 2 months after the usual start date. This will give the players less than a 2-month break compared to the usual 4-month break they have when the season would usually finish in mid-June. But after the estimated loss of $1.5 billion this season to the NBA is wanting to get the season started as soon as possible and try and recoup as much money as possible. The NBA is also being optimistic with the hope that things will be back to normal as soon as possible, as they're looking to get all the stadiums full again, but will most likely have to adopt a socially distanced stadium, similar to what the NFL's doing. But a few notable players such as LeBron and Danny Green have said that they're against the league starting so soon and would sit out a full month just to get some rest. But there's a couple of issues that I actually have with this, and first of all, that NBA viewership is at its lowest since 1974. And if people know that LeBron isn't going to be playing, far less people are going to be tuning into games. And therefore this will be less money for the NBA. God, I look very white. Right, there we go, that's a bit better. Jesus, that was a bit bright. However, personally I do think it's necessary that the NBA starts this soon, as there were 8 teams that weren't even invited to the bubble at all, and they haven't played a single NBA game since March. As previously mentioned though, the NBA is a business, and for the teams to be able to pay the players, pay the coaches, pay all the staff, they need to play games, as this is obviously what brings in the most money for them. Another change the NBA has made which is worth mentioning is that they're now going to have a shorter NBA regular season, down from 82 games just to 72 games. But if I'm honest, I thought they'd shorten the season a lot more, as there's going to be 2 months less of game time but only 10 fewer games, so each team's schedule is going to be far more cramped, which could unfortunately lead to a lot of star players missing games for load management. So there's really no perfect outcome for the NBA here. Either they play as many games as possible, but then star players will miss games for load management, or they don't play as many games and then just don't make as much money. But Adam Silver so far has been a great commissioner, and with the bubble overall being a success and having no positive coronavirus cases, I'm sure Adam Silver knows what he's doing. And now next up, the Houston Rockets have actually signed a new head coach in Steven Silas after Mike D'Antoni left the franchise to go be the assistant coach for the Brooklyn Nets. In his first interview as coach of the Rockets, he mentioned that neither James Harden or Russell Westbrook were up for sale, and he's going to work on their strengths with them rather than make any drastic changes, as after all, their offense was the 6th best in the league last season. And although personally I'm not a fan of Houston's playstyle, but you can't deny how successful it's been for them in the regular season. It's just whether they can finally translate this into the postseason and then really make an impact in the playoffs. And now the final story I'm going to talk about today is how Fred Van Vleet is now a free agent, and a lot of teams will be looking to sign him. And he's got one of the best stories out of active players in the NBA, going undrafted in 2016 and then winning a championship in 2019 with the Raptors and being a key part in their victory. But personally, my favourite moment of Fred Van Vleet's career is when Steph Curry's guarding me in the finals in the final few seconds of a quarter and he calls a switch on him because he just knows he can't guard Fred Van Vleet.
Another opportunity offensively. Nervous moments from the...
And I personally believe on many NBA teams Fred Van Vleet could be the starting point guard and not just be a bench player like he was for the Raptors. But he's a great 3-point shooter, shooting 44% on catch and shoot threes. And then on top of this, he's also one of the league's best defenders, which did surprise me as I had no idea he was this good. He leads the league in deflections with 4.2 a game, he ranks 4th in the league with 1.9 steals a game. And still at 26, he has a long NBA career ahead of him, and although he may never be a star on a team, he's a great role player who will only make any team better. So that's all for this video, and I'm going to try and probably make a few more videos like this as I quite enjoy doing these, and I'm also going to try to stick to 3 videos a week, just keep that up. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.